Broncos country, we are back. It's the Mile High Monsters. Joining me, as always, is my good friend and colleague from David Talks Broncos. And David, I think we've got the right guy for the job here. Dak is with us. We're going to George Payton. I hope you're watching. I know you are. Sean, I know you're watching.
Yes.
But call George. Tell him to pay attention to this show because we're going to give you 3 players by the time we're done with this mess that is going to fix this offense and make them unstoppable. First of all, David, how are you, my brother? I every time I turn my computer on, I see that you're streaming. Do you have any voice left at all for us tonight?
Hey, I'm doing great. I'm pumped about this.
Yeah.
Hey, I got a fan out, sometimes, man. Shout out to Tyler Columbus. Followed me on Twitter. It's like the greatest thing ever. So
it's funny because I just unfollowed him today.
No way. Oh, no. You unfollowed Tyler, not
I'm
D-Mac?
just kidding. I'm joking.
No, I'm just playing, man. But, yeah, today's going to be a great day. What I like about having Dak on, Mike, is that this man has the right approach to free agency. So yes. I can't wait. If you guys don't follow Dak on Twitter, go and do it because this guy's making all the great cases for what we need to do. And I'm very much looking forward to this show. Thanks for hosting, Mike.
Yeah, man. And Dak, welcome to the show. Broncos Bros, Buck and Pod, Orange and Blue Network.
Yes.
Can't keep track of all that stuff, but it's good to have you. Long time, known you for a long time now on Twitter, but first time we've ever talked. So welcome to the show.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, we're going to take it easy on you today. So
I can deal with the smoke if you have the smoke. Bring it.
Well, it's not smoke. I mean, I'm just saying, we're gonna have fun today because this is the time of dreamers, man. This is where we reach into Walmart's pocket and we spend their money. And what's that?
Madden potentially. I mean, if we get carried away with some of our guys that we want to trade for, we could do Madden-esque kind of thing, on the show.
Hey man, if we can do whatever you want. I can move you. I can move you to the lead. You're kind of in the lead position. We'll do whatever you want. David says my Bronco logo sucks on the bottom.
I can send you a PNG after.
Okay, thanks, Dave. Thanks for always fixing everything, David, as always. Welcome to the show, Broncos Country. Now we're done with that bull crap. Hey, guys, look. Nobody's signed yet. Free agency hasn't started yet. Let's fix this deal. And first off, let's get this running back room fixed. Can we please?
Please.
Dak, Kevin Walker's out there. Breece Hall's out there. ETN's out there. Of course, Pookie Williams, that's not happening, but he's out there. I don't want to speak for you. Give me how do you kind of rank these guys? Do you have one that's just sitting right at the top of your list? And if you do, I'd be curious to see how close all of us are to having that same list.
Yeah, my guy's Breece Hall at the top of the list, regardless if Kenneth Walker is available. He's a 3-level back. He makes his presence felt in the passing game, in the run game. He has home run speed and some good contact balance. I think he's the perfect running back to pair up with this Broncos offense. Consensus top 10, 15 running back in the league. That's somebody that you back up the Brinks truck for, and I think the Broncos need to make a huge emphasis of improving the run game. You do that with not J.K. Dobbins, Breece Hall, because the Broncos don't need just a guy. They need the guy in a Broncos uniform, Breece Hall. 3 years, $36 million. Sign me up.
Yeah, dual threat back. I just posted his first 1,000-yard rushing season this year, David.
Yeah.
So untapped potential because he's a Jet. Is that where you're going with that?
25 in May, so he's younger than RJ Harvey, which is crazy.
He's a pump. He's a pump.
Yeah. Pay the man. He's the Hall of Fame talent. He's gotten over like 1,300 all-purpose yards pretty much every year that he's played outside the ACL year.
Hall of Fame.
How often do you have the opportunity to go sign a guy of this talent before he's even hitting like his prime? So Dak, you said 3 years, $36 million.
Mm-hmm.
I would be totally game with that. And if you got to guarantee like 75% of that, we got the ownership to do it, man. Like, let's give him the most lucrative contract out there.
Signing bonuses.
Yes, signing bonuses and Chiefs Kingdom. They're already talking about this guy all over their videos, all on Twitter. How sweet would it be to go get the guy that they want so bad? Like, we have to make sure we get Breece Hall. He is the number one target in free agency for the Denver Broncos. He changes everything.
David, he's the Chiefs have cap room, right? But don't they have money problems there? I mean, can they even compete? Can they compete with the Broncos if we want him? Can they even compete with us?
No, they got to restructure Mahomes. They got to restructure or cut Chris Jones. They got to do a few other things. I think with the moves that they can make, they'll probably have between, I think, looking optimistically in their perspective, probably 20 to 30 million.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know.
J.K. Dobbins.
Say again?
Maybe they end up with J.K. Dobbins.
Yeah. We'll get to J.K. in a minute. All right, guys. Breece would be my number one too. Okay. Yeah. He's definitely at the top of the list. That's our dream back. And honestly, it's one I could see happening, Dak. This is not a far-fetched one. I don't think he's going back to the Jets.
No.
Okay. So this comes down to he's going to want to win and he's going to want to get paid. And if there's two things the Broncos can offer him is a winning organization and money. 1 to 10, how confident are you that 2 months from now we're going to have you back on and we're going to be talking about how we're going to use Breece Hall? How confident are you 1 to 10 we're going to make this happen?
Oh, man, I'd say a 10. That's going to happen.
I'm clipping that shit.
It's going to happen.
Oh, yes.
I love it.
That's the kind of energy we need to manifest this thing.
Yeah.
But I'll be honest, right now I'm on like a 4.
It's not a matter of if, it's when it happens. Mike, that's what we're doing here, bro.
So I love the confidence too. Yeah. I'm probably a 4 or 5. Almost a 50-50 chance. David Youngkin says Seahawks won't let Walker walk out the door. You guys agree with that? He would be my number 2. Where do you guys have Walker, even though we don't see him going? David, what do you think?
He'd be the number 2 guy, I think. And yeah, I just don't see it's just bad optics to not re-sign your Super Bowl MVP.
Yeah.
John Elway almost did it. Thank God he did it. But it's just bad optics. I think he'll be back in Seattle.
Yeah, love it.
Especially
okay.
Charbonnet injury.
We get into the now we're not quite into the scrub area because Travis Etienne, I'm higher than him than a lot of people. I like Travis Etienne, but there's some buts there.
Redundancy, in my opinion.
So like you're talking about size-wise?
Size-wise, and the role that he could play too. Like you probably pretend. I mean, he's a little bigger than RJ Harvey, but like he doesn't really fit the bill of like a good pairing, a complement of what you need with RJ Harvey. He could do a lot of the things that Etienne does in this offense potentially, right? But maybe if you bring a guy like an Algier or somebody, you need somebody with some more power behind them, I think, to pair with RJ Harvey to get the most out of this offense.
Yeah, the problem this year was not that we had RJ and Jaleel and Bidet, that we didn't have anybody besides them. They were all the same size. They were 5'8", 200 pounds. We've been over this. And then we had JK, who was the perfect running back for this team. And of course he got hurt and we had nobody to back him up. David, we don't get Breece Hall. Okay. It goes 40%. Any of these free agent running backs after your heart mends, do they move the needle for you, or are we just moving straight on to the draft?
A couple of them do. I would be on the side of, okay, I think what Dak you're saying is pretty valid. You know, I think Travis Etienne's usage in the red zone went up this year compared to like last year. I felt like he was barely used in the red zone.
Yeah.
So, like I feel that. However, I just want to upgrade the room with as much talent as possible. I think he's a home run kind of guy. So I would be okay with Travis Etienne. I would be okay with Rashad White. You know, he would be on a cheaper deal. I'd be cool with Rico Dowdle. I think that you got to make a signing somewhere in free agency. Like, we can't just go into the draft with just RJ Harvey. I will be livid if we bring back Jaleel and Tyler Bidet. You know, like, I'm just done with it. So ideally, you bring in a top priority free agent. You can bring back JK on a vet minimum or close to that after the draft. Then you draft a rookie as well. So
all right, I'll get to that. I got one more name to throw at you from Zach. Chris Rodriguez Jr. So Redskins, right?
Yeah.
Restricted free agent. So we'll see what the tender is. But he's that size and power that could get that done. Do you guys have any thoughts on him, or have you even considered it yet? I just saw this yesterday and kind of made a note on it.
He's a nice name. I think he's more of a depth piece for me.
Okay.
You know, in my opinion. But if we're gonna go depth, you could look around free agency and go with a guy Brian Robinson Jr., who I like. That got traded from the Commanders to the 49ers, right? Like, I feel like he's a violent runner who can, you know, be a good pairing with the what's it called, RJ Harvey, and you could probably be J.K. Dobbins back and have those three to kind of be solid in that room too, if you want to go a very cheap route and improving this room.
I don't care about cheap, bro. But I can tell you,
I'm just saying, like, if the Broncos, right? If they,
and I know what you're saying, man. The chat likes Dowdle. I like that. Again,
back-to-back 1K yards seasons.
Yeah. So I would like to ask you guys, free agents.
Can I interject really quick, Mike?
It's your show.
I have seen.
No, you can't interject.
This is the guy that we should absolutely sign if we can't get Breece Hall, and he's a cap casualty. He could be a cap casualty, and that's Josh Jacobs.
Like,
I mean, Sean Payton had eyes for him. He had Google eyes a couple of.
Well, we've all had eyes on him because he's been burning us for the last 5 years.
Yes,
now he's an 8-year pro, right? Something like that. Got to be upwards of 30. But we have RJ, we have the draft. I could see Jacobs in a Broncos uniform picking up 3rd and 3. Certainly 3rd and 1s. That would be a nice change. Dak, what do you think about that?
I would love that. I'd be thrilled, man. Oh yeah, I'd be thrilled to have him in a Broncos uniform.
We're gonna do a little. We're gonna bash Bidet while we're in here. I see. Okay.
Yes.
That's all fine. What do we got here? Vic says Algiers.
A good
Chris Rod.
Oh yeah, we I forgot to talk about Algier. I think a lot of Broncos fans like him a little bit more than I do. I would still be happy if we signed him. Don't get me wrong. I'm going to be calling him the next Marshawn Lynch, but there's just a few other guys that I prefer over him.
Oh, okay. He'd be 3rd on my list, honestly, behind Walker and Breece Hall. If, like, say, Jacobs wasn't available, right? Like, yeah.
Yeah. Yes, Jacobs. Jacobs is available. That'd be sick.
Yeah, that's different.
And he caught his first touchdown pass, like, ever against us, and it was a hell of a catch. So now he knows how to catch the ball, too. I hope you guys remember that play.
Was that against Greenlaw?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a hell of a play.
That was tough.
I thought we were in trouble after that.
Yeah, me too.
What a game. We'll break all the we'll go back and go through all those games, though. I got a plan. That's going to be fun. T-Fishes likes the idea of bringing back JK, getting Brian Robinson and drafting. T-Fishes, give me 5 minutes, and we're gonna get right into that. Michael Ronquillo thinks the Broncos are going to get a big time. No, I think we're going to get both, Michael, but welcome to the show. Good to see you, my friend. Yes, Sean did want Jacobs. So there's tons of options out there, guys. Now, that's free agency. Dak, you're all over this draft. Have you been looking at running backs in this draft?
I really have.
I've got a name for you, a couple names for you.
He's got some hot takes. He's got some hot takes, Mike.
Well, I hope so, because I didn't pay him $1,000 an episode to come in here and not have hot takes.
Right. I'll give it back, okay, if the money ain't worth the well spent, you know?
David's going to Venmo you the money. Don't worry. He'll get it right to you. But what are your thoughts? I guess my first one I want to ask you about, obviously, is Jeremiah Love out of Notre Dame. 6'4", 214. Is he too small? Is he good? Is he overhyped? What is he?
I don't think he's overhyped by any means. I think obviously he goes in the top 10. I think the Broncos don't really have any shot at really getting him unless they really, really spend a hefty penny. And I think a lot of it is too, like the Broncos wouldn't get aggressive for him, right? Because of the way how deep the free agency pool is this time around versus last season. The talk was all about trading up for Genty, right? Because the RB1 pool was very limited last offseason. So I feel like Jeremiah Love was a dog, but because he was such a dog, he kind of, there was a hidden gem behind him who's not really hidden, but he's a talent as well. And Jadarian Price, I'm just, if I could, continue with Jadarian Price, please let me know.
Oh, you'll have to ask David because he's running.
Can I interject and just tell you how I think about him?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, so just watching this dude, man, like in the words of Atanze, like I'm bricked up, dude. This dude reminds me similarity to LaShawn.
Did you just say you're bricked up?
Yeah.
So
LaShawn.
So apparently you've been on altitude adjustment and now you're bricked up.
For a little segment, but it was good.
Mario infects my life with just one.
I watch it a lot
at a time.
So what I would say is this: like his running style reminds me similar. There's some similarities with LaShawn McCoy. He's smooth, he's patient, shifty. Those quick jump cuts that he has. Like, man, if we don't get an RB1, I would make him my RB1 in the draft. I would look at him at 30. The price is right at 30, or maybe trade up in the second to get him. He's a dude.
David?
Yeah. Especially looking back, in retrospect, there probably should have been, man, some running backs that we should have taken maybe a shot on at 20 or taken that Giants trade down and, taking Quinshawn or, one of these other guys. So, yeah, I hope the plan is that we draft Breece Hall or we sign Breece Hall and this isn't a conversation. But if we still have a hole going into the draft, there would be like a couple guys that I'd be okay with using pick 30 on. And Jadarian Price, you can sell me on that, man. Like, boom. That guy moves special.
I love it.
I would say that even if we got, maybe I'll lump this into one thing. Now, bear with me. If we bring JK back, the Broncos have to draft a running back this time. You can't go in with JK and 3 little change of pace backs, right? I think we can all agree on that. Let's say you brought JK in, what would you think of, like Singleton or Mike Washington out of Arkansas or one of those backs in the later rounds as your insurance picks? Now, I'm not saying it's the most exciting thing when you lost out on Breece Hall, but
it stings.
It kind of you could kind of make that work, especially with somebody who can carry the load, pick up the the 3rd and 1s, the tough yards, and try and keep JK healthy until we need him later. If you were to wake up and find out that we were bringing back J.K. Dobbins on a 1-year, incentive laden minimum contract, he's healthy. Looking at the draft now, you're looking later rounds, right? Like any other gems out there in the later rounds that you would feel good about backing up J.K. Dobbins, Coleman.
Yeah, I like Coleman a lot. Actually, man. He's a solid power runner. He's shifty too. He has some good cut ability. I think he's good for his own scheme. He could run some gap. I think he's versatile. He doesn't really have the receiving capabilities, right? Like maybe an RJ Harvey would, but that's good. They would complement each other. Yeah. I think that's what you want in a running back. I would love to have Jonah Coleman. If it wasn't Jadarian Price, that'd be my next best option, honestly.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. David, do you know who Mike Washington Jr. is out of Arkansas?
I don't think he's going day 3. I think he's going to be a day
Maybe a little
2
higher.
guy.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, he might be somebody that you got to take. What do we got? Pick 62 or something like that.
Yeah,
And we might have to use that on or trade up. I mean, if there's one thing that we learned last year,
or trade back and get him early in the 3rd.
Like an RJ Harvey kind of thing where they kept trading back.
Maybe if he's still around. I just
Mhm.
wonder if there's going to be a surprising run on running backs again. Like we were hoping some of these guys were going to fall to us, I think, at our original 2nd round pick, and then we ended up trading back, So
and it'll be interesting how he tests. Like, does he rise even more up the boards depending on what he does, right? Like at his pro days in the combines.
I think he will. But a couple other guys that I like that could be these kind of our deeper guys. Robert Henry Jr. from UTSA. He'll be a day 3 guy. I really like, what he did against Texas A&M at UTSA. Go watch those highlights. You can find them. As well as like we got a white cornerback, right? And Riley Moss. How about a white running back, Dean Connors?
Oh, nice. That's a new name I haven't heard. I'll go check him out.
Yeah, from Houston, man. I like him a lot. He would be a day 3 guy, maybe undrafted. And for CU fans, maybe Anthony Hankerson is a priority free agent signing.
Nice.
Out of Oregon State now. So
if you name one more, if you name one more name, it'll be 3 names in a row that I've never heard of.
Can I throw you another bone? Can I throw you another bone? This guy I really am intrigued by. People have given him, I think Mark Sports gave the similarities, like the comparison of Kyle Monangai, Kalon Black out of Indiana. I think if we sign Breece Hall and you have RJ Harvey, he's a nice third running back to have in your room. He offers a pass catching ability, right? He needs to work up to be that 3 down back, I think, if he sharpens his blocking technique. But he's a guy that I would look and be intrigued by. RB3, like how can you not go wrong from that? He's 5'10", 211. He has some size to him, a little thicker, right? I don't know. I think I like he's versatile.
Yeah, that's the beauty of this time of year. We're going to have a little time to look into these guys and have Hall of Fame dreams for all of them. Nicholas Singleton out of Penn State is already getting a little bit of Broncos love.
Oh, no, totally out on that guy.
He hurt himself this year going back, right? Like Katron Allen totally jumped him in terms of the depth chart. Dude, that's crazy. I wish Nick Singleton would have entered the draft last season. He hurt himself miserably, like going back to Penn State, because that whole team, that whole program was a dumpster fire this season. Drew Aller even hurt himself, right? Like it's been rough.
But sometimes that's okay to have your draft stock. So keep in mind, these are all guys that would be brought in after we get our guy. So I'm not saying Singleton is our guy. I'm saying Singleton is the guy so we don't get stuck with 5'8" running backs. Like Singleton's a bigger back, 6 feet 227. Like we had nothing like that. So throwing the name out there. And then the last one, Seth McGowan. He's out of Kentucky. Have you guys looked at him? 5'11", 225. Like high PFF grades, which mean whatever you want it to mean. He leans towards the bigger back. He could be like a JK insurance policy that you could pick up 5th rounder. Like from the look in the eyes of you two guys, maybe even the 6th round. So anyways, there's a lot of different ways to attack this. Now, having said all that, before we build the perfect offense, let's prognosticate here. I did have, good, I left it up there. Vic says he wants to bring in 2 vets, J.K. Algier, J.K. Dowdle. David, you brought this up, having J.K. come in as the backup to Breece Hall.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's a 10 out of 10. Now that's a 10 out of 10 situation for me. Like, sign me up for that. I'd be happy with whoever they trotted out on the field on any given play with those 2 on the field. But that's I don't know, with the kind of money these guys might be getting. I don't know how possible that is. I could see a Brees and a JK. I don't think I could see an Algier and a Brees. But with JK being injured and his market being what it's going to be, it is possible we could have a situation where Sean and George go out and sign a guy like Brees Hall and then tell JK, hey, we love you. Come on back. We'll keep you healthy. We'll pay you the vet minimum. And, you get 1,000 yards rushing, we'll give you a $3 million bonus. And if you score 10 touchdowns, we'll give you a $2 million bonus. You could structure it any way you want to out of bonuses. I guess not how realistic is it, but how cool would that be?
I love it. You need running backs that are dynamic because I feel like too many times, like when we trotted out like the Bidets and the McLaughlins, like you're showing your hand to this defense, and the defenses are keen on your tendencies with how you were subbing in personnel and stuff like that. So I feel if you have those three guys in this room, I think it's a hard tell for the defenses to what the offense is going to do. Totally improves the run game by a landslide.
David, I know you got something to say about that.
Yeah, we keep 4 running backs on the roster, and we keep 4 bad running backs. Well, not all of them are bad.
We did last.
Some of those 4 are bad. So how about we go get 4 like good ones? How about that like Sean Payton can trust? You saw when JK went down, we stopped being loyal with the run, man. Like as much as we love RJ Harvey, like we're
not getting rid of RJ Harvey.
Yeah, no, we're not.
He's got a spot, dude. He's got a place, but
of course. But what I'm getting at is that Sean Payton doesn't trust him. Like,
well, that was an every down back
in the past. Like he trusted J.K. Dobbins. Like that's why you go out and sign a guy like Brees Hall, because even with these rookies, there is no guarantee that Sean Payton's going to trust any of these guys right off the bat, and then you're going to be stuck in an annoying situation. So go and just get a guy that is an all-pro talent and go from there. If you get Brees, you draft a guy, you bring back RJ, of course, and then in June, you tell JK, hey, you want to come win a Super Bowl? Sign here for close to the vet minimum with incentives. I just don't think he's going to have that big of a market, especially now coming off a foot sprain.
No, Liv Frank, he's not going to say.
And I'm tired of being a middle of the pack rushing offense in the NFL. We've been since over the last decade, man. Like I think we deserve to get some kind of rushing, and having a top 10 running game would drastically help Bo Nix, especially in the pivotal year 3 for sure. He's had 2 seasons where he's been injured, right, because of lack of run game, putting too much on his plate. You need to help this man out and give him a run game. Josh Allen has James Cook. Lamar Jackson has Derrick Henry. Hurts had Saquon. Like, go get this man a running back. Like, quit messing around.
Yeah, I mean, that's literally why we're here. I think that's exactly what needs to happen. If we learned anything from the Super Bowl, one of those teams could, and in the AFC Championship, if you can run the ball, you got a chance. And the Broncos couldn't run the ball, and it was all on both shoulders. That's certainly a problem. Now, having fixed the running back room, David Pickens.
Yes.
At any cost.
Yes. This is the sign and trade, essentially, that you're doing. The sign and trade.
Before you say that, let me switch this up. Here we go. This is the one I want.
Oh, here, take T Fish's comments down. I can't see it.
T Fishes, I love you, but you got to go.
Sorry. Goodbye now.
Is George Pickens on there somewhere?
Why not Pickens, Hall, and Isaiah Likely?
Yes.
We could make all 3 of those happen. And
guys, we can afford all these guys if we really want them that bad. We can do it.
We can.
The math can math. All right. So don't say it can't be done. Will we push the chips all in? I sure hope so. But this is what you tell Dallas, man. You guys are a dumpster fire right now. You're not going to be the Bengals and pay 2 wide receivers and miss the playoffs again, man. You need defense. So, hey, here's pick 30. Thank you for Pickens. Hey, you want us to throw in, I don't know, freaking who else do they need? Dondrea Tillman. we can do that, and because we'll draft an edge anyways, or I guess we could get to the Von Miller
Do
conversation.
they get Q Robinson or Jonah Ellis? Like,
no, we're not giving those guys.
Okay, I just had to throw. I had to ask.
No. You're new here. No, you're new here.
We
Okay.
do that, and we
have our
signed
players.
to a 4-year, $125 million deal with like $42 million guaranteed with void years because we're going to extend this man. And we signed both Breece Hall and George Pickens at 24 years old each to be Denver Broncos for the rest of their life in terms of like good football years.
Breece Hall's 25. Pickens is 24. I would send Moss and I would send Cooper if I had to in trades. I love Cooper, but before I would send Ellis, I would send Cooper. Because great player, but these are impact players. Cooper's good. He's very good. But this would be a game-changing and this is keeping Evan Ingram on still. Ingram, Isaiah Likely, George Pickens, and Breece Hall all on the field at the same time. Are you freaking kidding me? Like, dude, whatever that costs, pay it. I think I just saw somebody else say, here it is right here. Great minds think alike. Marcus Allen, Jonathan Cooper to use as a trade. Exactly. Yeah. And
help.
And I hate to tell you this, guys, but we have a first-round draft pick. That's going to be a wasted draft pick on our team if he's not on the field starting day next year. Jahdae Barron. So Moss or Jaquan, one of those guys is moving on. Maybe we get something for Moss, or he's the piece that we have to throw on. I'd rather keep Jaquan. What do you think about that, Dak?
I'd rather keep Jaquan. You get him on the second round tender. Like, the man is already familiar with this defense. You push your boy Jahdae out on the outside. He has some size to him. He's versatile. You drafted him for a reason, at what was it, 20? Like, let this man grow at year 2, right? Like, you saw what Riley Moss was maybe in his second year. We didn't really know what he was going to be. Hey, we don't really know what Jahdae is, but you're not going to know until you give the man a chance, right? So if you trade Riley Moss, you get a George Pickens, you get a Breece Hall. Like, damn, both sides of the football have been drastically improved. Like, I don't know. I feel like Jahdae could surprise a lot of people, and that's just my opinion.
Well, you could trade Jahdae Barron for all I care, David. What do you say about that?
If he gets you George Pickens, you do that trade every single time.
You can package him and Powers and send them both over there for all I care. And
I know a lot of the fans probably are like looking at it like, oh, well, that's too much money. Don't look at the annual average and the full contract. That's just a headliner. Like, you got to look at the actual guarantees that are involved, because that shows like the flexibility that this team has. And like I talked about earlier, like cap with the cap situation, like signing bonuses, that's cash money.
Yeah.
Just because the salary cap is level doesn't mean that the cash flow is. We got the richest ownership. You figured it out. You get this deal situated.
Okay. Because I know David better than anyone on planet Earth other than his family. This comment is for you. And I'm just going to sit back and let you talk to Alec M.
You're not paying George Pickens to come in here and block, man. Yeah, you would hope you could see some improvement with that, but man, you don't need him to be an elite blocker. You don't. He's
there to take the top off, man.
Just need him to be a dog.
Alec, Pickens would require double teams. We have no one on our team that requires a double team right now. Imagine how open Marvin Mims would be, or Bryant, or even Evan Ingram, who we don't use ever, or Isaiah Likely. I mean, we need somebody that can take the top off of a defense.
No one's going to be paying attention to Caleb Loner out in the red zone.
That's off-season fodder. I had more fun. I had more fun watching people predict him to be our biggest new red zone weapon. The guy played like 4 snaps in his whole life, and I was like, that guy is not going to see the field for 2 years on this team.
Well, I got a new guy that Sean Payton's going to draft this year that's only been playing football for 2 years. You're going to love
Is he a basketball player?
Yes, he is.
Oh, nice.
Does he play tight end?
No, he plays wide receiver. Former walk-on at LSU's basketball
Oh.
team.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah.
Do you want to tell us who it is?
Yeah, his name's
Trev,
Tyron
my guy
Montgomery.
Trev.
His name's Tyron Montgomery. He absolutely cooked everybody at the Senior Bowl. He played for John Carroll at Division III because he had like no eligibility after all this stuff with walking on with college basketball, and he has broken records. And he cooked some of the best corners at the Senior Bowl, and I think you could see an early day 3 pick used on him.
Oh,
I would not be surprised if the Broncos take 2 running backs and 2 wide receivers in this draft.
I hope
At
tight end?
various places. Well, they don't use tight ends, so why would they? I'd love to see him take a tight end early, invest in the position, and then maybe that would wake up. Of course, Dak, we'll probably have to have you back on, but we're not really factoring in our new offensive coordinator here, so things could change with the tight end usage. But Evan Ingram was not the problem on this team last year, bro. Evan Ingram was open, and every time he got the ball in his hands, he looked like a superstar to me, man. Like, I went back and just watched Evan Ingram highlights. He was not an easy tackle like we've seen for the last 4 years. He ran like really hard when he got the ball, but he only got so many targets. Like, I'm not down on him. You guys over at Broncos Bros or Buckham, you might be down on my guy, but he's number 1 in our hearts here, at least mine. I don't know about David's, but
yes, it was the biggest crime.
Oh, rip the Band-Aid off. Quit your crying. Rip it off and move on and get somebody else.
He's staying. He's staying. I love him. Denver Trav, not my guy Coop. First of all, is this the Denver Trav that has his show, the really good show that he does, Trav?
Oh yeah, he's
the same dude. Yeah, man, this guy right here puts out really good stuff. By the way, I have been catching him. It's funny how I spent all those years watching shows, and now I don't have the opportunity to watch any shows. But when I do try to catch some of them, I really dig his show. I like the look of it. So glad to see you in here, Trav. Ron Keogh. Garrett Bowles said the Broncos need 2 more playmakers on the Broncos offense. Apparently, now Garrett does watch this show because he's just echoing what we're saying. This is why I need someone to do this for me. Yes, Stowers. Yes. I got to get you control. David, how do I get you control over my screen so that I don't have to do this every game?
We can talk about it after the show. We also are looking for a producer if any of you guys want to volunteer.
Yeah, to log in and handle all this crap.
We're not paying y'all.
It takes me right out of the conversation because I feel bad because I forget about everybody in the stream. All right, let's build this. Let me just I know I put this up.
Well, we need to talk about more wide receivers, right? Is that what we're doing?
So that's the thing. So Pickens at any cost. Now, I say any cost, Dak, but I don't mean any cost, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the Colts have a wide receiver who is interesting.
Eric Decker 2.0?
Who's that? Eric Decker 2.0?
Yeah. He has a similar frame. He runs similar 40 time with him. That's kind of what I was telling Marquee Sports is like this guy, like he told me his measurements and stuff. I'm like, this guy kind of reminds me of Eric Decker 2.0. Like, you know what I mean? He's just a little faster. I don't know.
See, is Eric the one that used to fall down in the field with no one within 5 yards of him? Couldn't we use like McCaffrey or somebody else? You got to get a little older to use Ed McCaffrey, but I guess I'm the only one old enough to remember when Ed McCaffrey played. Yeah. But I was a Decker fan. So I mean, the chances of Pickens getting tagged is probably pretty good, right? So he's probably going to get tagged. It's going to cost a bunch of money. I still say we go get him. We already covered that. But again, if that doesn't happen, David Pierce, number 2 for you, or you got somebody else in mind now?
Yeah, I like Pierce. But I don't like him enough to trade a pick for him if franchise like George Pickens. So that's a huge difference.
Right.
I'm
Free
not
agent.
giving up a pick 30 for him.
No.
Right. Huge space between those two for sure,
Yeah.
but wouldn't be sad if they, said, no, we're not going to sign him. But it's like, isn't he going to be a free agent if they don't franchise him?
Yes. Now they might cut Michael Pittman, but we're not going to sign him. He's too redundant, I think, with Sutton.
No. Evans.
Yes.
I was interested in Mike Evans because here's my thought is like you sign a Mike Evans maybe to a cheap contract. Like I'm sure maybe like they can be incentivized with the injuries things that the concerns that they have. 2-year deal maybe. You draft somebody in the draft maybe in the second round, like a Chris Bell or somebody, because I know he's gonna probably drop out of the first. You have your developmental piece, but you have a dog ready to go with on the boundary. 2 targets on the boundary that are just monsters. Why not? You get physical in the run game. You want to improve the run game. You add Mike Evans as well to pair with Cortland Sutton. I don't know. I think I like it. And then you add some speed in the middle of the field to go with those guys. So I would be intrigued with Mike Evans though.
I don't mind it. I mean, I would be intrigued. Yeah, I'd be intrigued. But then you got to look at the draft. So, what does the draft look like for wide receivers this year? Is especially in the mid rounds, like everyone's talking about how there is just a ton of talent in this draft. Not so much for running back draft, deep talent, but there's wide receiver talent kind of throughout this draft. So it's going to come down to what team is better at scouting the wide receivers. I hate talk about value. I don't care where we get our guys. I don't care if you took Pat Bryant in the 3rd or you took him in the 6th or you took him in the 7th. I don't care. He looks like he's going to be a player if he can stay healthy. So who's the wide receiver? We don't get Pickens. We don't get Pierce. Who are you looking at in the draft? Who would be worth making a move for, like going after? Are there any of those, those type players where you just get crazy and player trades, draft trades, like go get this guy because we need somebody in that room? And I'm talking to you, Dad, because you're in the middle.
Trading up in the first, would you?
Like I don't care like the guy you got to have.
This man, you build an offensive passing game around him. Like this is the man that is my wide receiver 1 because how versatile he is. He can line up in the Z on the boundary. He's shifty in separation when it comes to route running. He has some speed. You can have some jet motion sweeps. You go trade up for a guy like Mekhi Lemon if he hits anywhere near 13 or 14. Like that's a guy that I'm intrigued. And I say, hey, what do you want for this man? Because this guy elevates the offense. And he would be a tremendous pairing to go with Sutton because he's already a big body guy, right? You need a guy like that can just keep defenses up at night, man. Like this guy is a threat in the middle of the field, on the outside. He does it all. He's your guy. He's immediately wide receiver 1 in Denver.
Well, he'd need to be because that's what the room
yeah,
needs.
exactly. That's why you trade all that capital, right?
Okay.
You take next year's first.
You don't do that for to have him sit on the bench and learn to speak Spanish like our starting linebacker. David?
Yeah, I'll give you 2 names.
I wish you would.
So a guy to trade up for, realistically, that I think would change the dynamic of this offense, KC Concepcion.
Okay.
I love his game.
So he speaks Spanish.
How do you feel about the drops?
Good there, yeah.
Oh, the drops, dude. Whatever. I'm just looking at the drop pass.
We're used to drop.
Right?
Yeah, drops don't bother us in Denver. Yeah.
No. Yeah, clearly it's not a make or break thing for if we bring you in. So I hate Texas A&M, the Aggies, but they brought us Von Miller. They can bring us another great player in KC Concepcion.
Nice.
But if we stay at 30 or trade back, into the second, Jeremy Bernard, I like him. I feel like he kind of fills that same role, and he meets the height threshold that seems to be so important for Sean Payton. I think he's like 6'1". We'll see what he measures at. But from Alabama, I like both of those guys as like high draft picks for the Broncos.
I like that too. I'm going to have to, I've got to move this out of the way. I want your guys' reaction to this. Mina Kimes redrafting did you guys see that today?
It was like the most bland redrafting ever.
Yeah.
And they never mentioned
it's
about
like,
winning.
I've got 2 minutes to make a tweet. Why don't I just write this? That's the first thing I saw when I read that. I was like, we all call it shit tweeting, or whatever you call it, toilet tweeting. Like, I'm bored. Let me just do a quick shit tweet, and then you just write it, and then next thing you know, you get 10,000 likes. That was one of those. Can you guys still see that? Like, what are your thoughts on that garbage, if any? Please give me some.
Yeah,
dude, this is such BS in my opinion. Like, that's lazy as F, because let me tell you why. Like, I watched the clip. Like, she mentioned all about all these guys' talent, but she never mentioned like the most winningest quarterback, the guy that's the clutchest, that has the most comeback wins in the fourth quarter with 12, and Bo Nix. Like, she never mentioned any of that. And in the NFL, last I checked, W's are what matter in the NFL. Bo Nix is number one. I don't give a damn what anybody says.
David, Bo Nix number one.
At the worst, he's number two. It's Bo Nix and Caleb Williams and everybody else, man. Jaden Daniels barely played this year, barely played. JJ McCarthy can't throw a ball anymore. Michael Penix can't stay healthy. Drake May, he threw 2 touchdowns against teams with winning records the entire year, and that absolutely shows.
I saw that. I did see that. Yeah. I saw that.
We don't want Pickens. No, we want to win. All right, sorry.
Like, I am almost to the I'm starting to feel sorry for Drake May stage of the season, but I'm not quite there yet. That's a joke, David. I'll never get there. I like this Hydra when Ingram could catch the ball. Don't remember him dropping.
Well, I think he had like a handful of drops. I don't even remember them though. But throw him the ball more, he'll catch more balls. How about that for math? It's tough, right? Like, everybody. I mean, I assume a lot of guys played football. Okay, maybe I shouldn't, but if you ever played football and you didn't get the ball for 3 quarters, and you're running a route where you're the number 3 receiver, and all of a sudden the ball shows up in your face, that's a ball you're probably got a 50-50 chance on catching, because your head's just not in the game anymore. I mean, I know you're a professional, but it's like you've already forgotten what it feels like to catch a damn ball by then. Like, you got to use these guys if you want them to get hot. It's the same at running back. You can't have a guy have 4 carries in a game and then go, well, he just wasn't getting it done.
The target shares were so drastically flipped to wide receiver 60%.
We were putting Lil Jordan Humphrey out there for targets over Evan Ingram.
Dude, that's the kind of crap that I'm talking about when it comes to Sean Payton. Like, I just feel like he needs to utilize and optimize the most out of his roster.
He's like, oh, big slot? That's Lil Jordan Humphrey. No, you paid Evan Ingram to be that guy.
No, Nate Atkins is going out for a pass.
Hey.
I'm just saying, bro, like, that's what we're doing.
Nate Atkins, man, he's
he's good, but Evan Ingram.
We're using the wrong players for the wrong things. So yeah, it's a little insane. Marcus says Fields Pierce is going to be vastly overpaid by someone, probably. It might be us. Don't forget, we've got to see. We've got to see what happens with Pickens. And honestly, I don't know anybody at Dove Valley that has said that we want Pickens. I don't have anybody that's messaged me or texted me and said we're keeping an eye on Pickens. I don't know if you guys have. So this is all this Pickens stuff.
My psychic says we're going to make a good trade package for George Pickens.
Ooh.
Did you replace your microphone back from the bong that you had there last week? Is it now the microphone again?
Sorry,
do you even remember that conversation? No, because you were. I forget what you said. Oh, it was because you were going to bring Travis Kelce in as our tight end. Yes. And I accused you of being high. Sadiq falls to 30. Chances of Sadiq falling to 30, Dak?
He's a guy that I'm trading up for to get, like, if he gets to 20, I'm trading up for him. I feel like we need to quit putting Band-Aids on the tight end position. And you need a dog at the tight end position, like a Kenyon Sadiq. The gap in terms of talent from Sadiq on is huge. It's a big gap, in my opinion. You trade up for him, and people that are sitting there saying, "Oh, well, he's not going to make a big of an impact." Go watch Colston Loveland. Go watch Tyler Warren. Go watch all these other guys, and you're not asking this guy to be.
Did you realize how high your voice went up in pitch when you said that? And
I'm just saying,
like you're an alto. Like I think you could sing alto and choir if you needed to. It was pretty high.
Yeah. I would say this: like, you're not going to ask him to be Brock Bowers, right? But he can still be productive, and he could still be a threat on the football field. Sadiq is just nasty. He changes the game for Broncos, big time.
Who's Chris Brazel?
Oh, he's nice.
Who's that? From Tennessee.
From where?
He's 6'5", Tennessee. Denver Trav's a Volunteers fan.
Oh, I see. Chris Bell. Vic likes Evans. To learn from Evans and Sutton, who says no. Evans would fit. I'm warming up to that. Now, so nice. Emeka Egbuka, he went a pick before, right? Yeah. Wasn't he like the pick right before us?
Yeah.
And Denver would have taken him, and that's why we ended up with Jahdae Barron, and that's why we're still talking about what the hell are we going to do at the cornerback position. That's going to be one of the most fascinating things to watch this year. Guys, I'm not going to get to all your comments. I'm sorry. Our producer Chewy retired early, and at a very young age, and wants nothing to do with handling this stuff. Guys, give me your perfect offseason here right now. Tight end, running back, wide receiver. David, I know yours. It's Pickens, it's Bryce, and it's
Brees. Yes,
that'll be Brees Hall and Isaiah. Likely,
dude. Yes, I wish I could bring that
a 10 out of 10.
I was preparing for this show, and I was like, even if we don't cut Ben Powers, I'm going to make.
You weren't preparing for this show
for those three guys. for those three guys, and I made those contracts work before we were even talking about Ben Powers. Who,
okay,
I mean, we'll see what we do with him, but yes, that's what we do.
Man, I love it.
Forget about blocking. All right, we can draft the blocking.
We got Powell.
Line, whatever. We can.
We didn't miss a beat when Powers went out. I'm sorry. Palczewski's fine. We're fine. That's $8 million off the cap right there.
We can draft Pregnon. How about that one, Dad?
There you go.
Oh, he's nice, bro. He's a mauler. He's a dog in the trenches, bro, that we need. Yes.
I like this one. But Pickens, 2.9% drop rate. That's right. Stop talking about his drops against the Broncos, man. Whatever. Go out and get a star wide receiver. We haven't had one here in 10 years. Please.
Dude. AJ Brown, anybody?
That's true.
Yeah.
AJ, I mean, what? Yeah, whatever. Yeah, somebody. He wouldn't be.
Yeah, dude.
Choice, but yeah. I mean,
if he went for a second-round pick, you get if he potentially I don't even know what this guy's value is. I think it's all depends on how motivated the Eagles are to move on from him. But if I have my perfect offseason, is it my turn? Sorry, I'm just jumping in. Check this out. I would get Sadiq, because if the Broncos are truly wanting to improve this offense, you get Kenyon Sadiq. Maybe it's he falls like a little bit in the 20s, like mid 20s. You would only have to trade like a fourth or something for him to move up to get him. You get his ass up there, sorry, and then you trade your second round pick because you still have that to get an AJ Brown. Boom, and then you go sign Brees Hall, ladies and gentlemen. You got your wide receiver 1. RB1, future tight end 1. Baby, sign me up. This offense is going to explode. Lock in Broncos country because it's about to go down.
I really like that one. I like both those scenarios. I think Broncos country would too. Beauty is free agency first. We've got when's the legal tampering start? A couple weeks at the most. So maybe we're like 3 weeks away from free agency. It is, what is it? It's like the 11th or something of February now, 12th maybe. And I think free agency starts on the 28th. We're getting precariously close to all the tampering and stuff. So we're going to start getting some news in the next week. It's going to be a ton of fun. Dak, thank you so much for coming on. Buddy, you got great stuff going on over there. Everybody make sure you follow Dak. What's your
at Denver DMark on Twitter. Follow me at Buckenpod and Orange and Blue Network. I truly would appreciate it.
Yes, Jay Weaver, all those guys over at Orange and Blue Network. Those are dudes. David and I love those guys. Loved having you on, Dak. We got David. Give Broncos country a little hope. A little love for the moves that this team is about to make before I sign us off with money that could be made on Kalshi.
Yeah, that's right.
Like,
Kalshi,
even this time of year.
Come on. Yes, because one prediction that you guys need to be considering over on Kalshi after you sign up with the code DTB, get yourself a $10 bonus, links in the description, is that the Broncos are only at 4% odds right now to win the Super Bowl.
What?
Are you kidding me? They're like 10th on the list.
I'm putting $100 on it right now.
You got like the freaking Kansas City Chiefs above these guys. The old, broken, battered Kansas City Chiefs. They're a dynasty-ish of the past.
They're a dinosaur.
You didn't look at the Chiefs' salary when they did that.
New England Patriots said Will Campbell is returning as the left tackle, and they're like one of the top 3 teams right now on Kalshi, man. It's time to put all these idiots to shame. Join me on there. Throw a few dollars on the Broncos winning the Super Bowl, because after we acquire George Pickens, Breece Hall, and Isaiah Likely, we will be unstoppable.
That's the whole point, is to make this offense. We've got a good defense. We've got I'll say a very good defense. I'm tired of great. I'm tired of elite, but we have a very, very good defense. If we have an offense that's very good, then we will be unstoppable. We're going to dig into it. And I can't thank, of course, Dak enough. Again, thanks for coming on. Can't thank all of you out there in Broncos country for following along with Dak, with David. David Talks Broncos here at Mile High Monsters, wherever you're watching us. Thank you for watching. Thank you for hitting like and subscribing to all of us. This is one big family, and we love seeing all these names in the chat. We will see you, David and I'll see you next Thursday at the latest, if not before then. Dak, just make sure you're following him over there. He's on all the time. He can't turn on your YouTube without seeing his face, and nobody more than David. David puts out more shorts than God. I had it really. I had some really bad jokes that I'm not going to tell right there. Right? So, anyways,
contractually obligated, but I do have fun doing it.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you do. I have fun doing the show, and it's kind of cool having a guest on, David. We never have guests. You are our first guest, Dak.
Oh, this is dope. I'm honored.
Have we ever had a guest on before?
I'm glad we canceled Perna for Dak.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, that's crazy word.
Perna can wait.
There's no way.
Yeah.
Perna, you're going to be on with Perna unmiked up. So prepare yourself for that. You're going to get automatic win, of course. Like, I'm not going to let him win. The guy's got too big of an ego. So we'll bump him. No matter what he says, Perna, he's not winning. David wins. Broncos country, I'm out. For Dak and David, go Broncos. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you guys next time.